What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I am back with some Martian news. Now, if you've been living under a rock, I don't know where you've been, but the biggest news right now this week is all about the Bad Bunny Super Bowl performance. And now the ratings are in. Now, take a look at what you see on the screen. What does that say? Super Bowl Bad Bunny's halftime show falls shy of ratings record. Now, you know, of course, they blame black people as the reason as to why Bad Bunny's performance was not that good as far as ratings. Now, this goes on to say that he received 124.9 million views, which was significantly shorter than the 127.7 million views that they normally receive. Now, you know they blame black people for this. They say that black people are jealous of Puerto Ricans. They've been saying that black people need to be grateful. Grateful that a brown person was able to perform at the Super Bowl and it's black and brown togetherness, the normal typical stuff. But I'm going to come at you guys from a different perspective. You guys know me, I'm a deep thinker. Now, when they say they blame black people, could it really have been our fault as to why his views were so low? Now, just hold tight, y'all. I'm a cook, but I want to share some commentary that I found that I want to share with you guys first to set up and frame my conversation.
I ain't even gonna lie, I'm not even Spanish, and I'm disappointed in all you niggas. I'm disappointed in you niggas, man. Y'all corny-ass, lame reactions to the halftime show, acting like y'all not fucking with it because it wasn't your favorite art. Leave that to the white people. Leave that to the racist people in the world who don't fuck with our culture, black or brown. We all the same. Y'all don't see what's going on with all Hispanic people? They going through ICE, all that crazy racism shit that we went through, they going through it right now. Right now, we got to support them more than ever. And if that means going to a fucking halftime show and dancing to some lyrics you don't fucking know, then do it. But don't be corny acting like you ain't fuck with that. That's lame as fuck to me. I fuck with the halftime show, and y'all need to do better as a culture and as a people. Y'all want people to help us, but we don't want to help everybody else. And they support us too. Do better.
Like, damn, black people, if you was going to complain about Bad Bunny, you should have just went ahead and got your coins together and made your own little halftime show. Did what the white people did. You would have had Chris Brown, because Chris Brown was talking shit too. You could have just went and did that. There's no need for the microaggression. You can't let those people have their moment. The performance wasn't for us. But if you're going to do all this crybaby shit on TikTok, you should have just did what the white people did. Came up with your own halftime show. Could have had you Chris Brown, Usher, I don't know. Y'all have $1 trillion spending power. You could have put your coins together and got somebody. Shish. Main character syndrome. But I always do say black Americans and white Americans are two sides to the same coin.
And to the black people from the South, I must be getting my timeline from the South. Dear black people in the South, coming from a Puerto Rican living in the South, don't forget that when you're making fun of our tradition and the fact that we were slaves, don't forget you guys were slaves too, okay? So next time you want to make fun of a Puerto Rican or a Latino and tell us we don't belong here, look at yourselves in the mirror and think long and hard about what you're seeing, okay? And what you know about your past and your history. Making fun of the fact that we wear straw hats in our culture. We're very diverse cultures, okay? Get out of your small towns and start realizing the world is a bigger place. Puerto Ricans are African, European. We are also Native American. We have all different types of blood in us. There's even Chinese people that are Puerto Rican, but you wouldn't know that because you never left your small town. If I offended you, I'm not sorry. Be nice. That's all we were saying.
To get up there and perform the whole show in Spanish is a middle finger to the rest of America. Who gives a damn that we have 40 million Spanish speakers in the United States? We have 310 million who don't speak a lick of Spanish. This is supposed to be a unifying event for the country, not for the Latinos, not for one small group, but for the country. We don't need a black national anthem. We don't need a Spanish speaking, non-English performing performer, and we don't need an ICE or America hater featured as our primetime entertainment.
Okay, what is the national language, officially, the national language of the United States of America?
I mean, English. And there's been a push for many years to make it an official,
you don't have one.
Documented thing.
You don't have one.
If you would have let me finish my comment, I would have pointed that out, that people have been pushing to make it official.
Okay.
I don't think Bad Bunny should be on the Super Bowl halftime stage. It's not because I don't like him, and it's not because I don't understand Spanish, but there are 3 reasons I just can't keep to myself. First of all, I respect Bad Bunny's hard work, but the culture and style he represents lean heavily toward Latin music. No offense, honestly, his work is influential, but the Super Bowl should first reflect America's general consensus. From what I see, the NFL seems more focused on chasing buzz and headlines while ignoring the kind of music most Americans actually enjoy. And let's be real, not everyone in this country understands Spanish. I seriously doubt next year's halftime show will pull in strong ratings. Secondly, the halftime show is supposed to represent a national spirit. The Super Bowl isn't just a concert, it's a celebration of American culture itself. I grew up in Boston watching legendary rock bands and soul singers light up the stage. That was something generations could connect to. But now, a lot of people don't even know who Bad Bunny is. Just because he's huge on streaming platforms doesn't mean he belongs on the biggest live stage in the country. To me, that feels a bit too casual, almost careless. Lastly, let me be clear, I don't dislike Bad Bunny. He's talented, he's bold, and he's definitely influential. But the Super Bowl stage should belong to artists who can make every American get on their feet and cheer. In recent years, the halftime show has started to feel more like an extension of social media than a true Hall of Fame for great performers. If the NFL only cares about attracting young or international audiences, then sooner or later, it's going to lose the hearts of the older generation. Do you agree with me?
What'd you think of Bad Bunny? I know you didn't see all of it, but you saw some clips.
Like most people, I didn't understand any of it. I mean, I saw there's a lot of dancers and a lot of big to-do stuff. And, you know, he said he wanted to have a dance party. It looked like he had one. Not my cup of tea, but I don't fault that kid for, doing the Super Bowl, getting in front of a global audience. I fault the NFL for putting him in that position, and turning point for having to come out and have an alternative for people to watch. It's just poor kid.
Poor rich kid.
Poor rich kid. Man, I think this all started, I could go on for days, but to sum it, I would think back 2016 when Colin Kaepernick took a knee, to protest, I think it was racial injustice and police brutality and everything that, they got a lot of people's panties in a bunch, self-included. I did not agree with him, but nonetheless, he's got the right to speak his mind, do his thing. And Roger Goodell really had a real problem on his hand back then. And I think he was like, how do I get out of this and, keep making the tens upon millions of dollars a year that I make, in a predominantly male black league. So he goes like, well, maybe Jay-Z will do it, which nothing against Jay-Z. I respect him for his hustle and, his music. But it seems like there's a little bit of a DEI hire there going on, to kind of like, black guys love Jay-Z. And of course, I'm not that ignorant. I know a lot of us love Jay-Z, not just black guys. But in the league where he had this problem, it seemed like, we'll bring him in. And so, Jay-Z's not going to take that position of power and that money. So, then they convened in a not for profit league until, they quietly got rid of that tax exempt status at some point, so Roger did not have to disclose his salary. So he had all sorts of problems. So he brings in Jay-Z, and what's Jay-Z going to do? He's going to do right by his base. That's where you had Kendrick Lamar last year. A lot of people didn't get. I respect Kendrick Lamar, but wasn't my cup of tea. And, then this year you're like, wow, they're going to double down. And to me, it was kind of just like another middle finger to conservatives, to the MAGA, crowd, to my base, everything.
I don't think Bad Bunny should be on the Super Bowl halftime stage. It's not because I don't like him, and it's not because I don't understand Spanish, but there are 3 reasons I just can't keep to myself. First of all, I respect Bad Bunny's hard work, but the culture and style he represents lean heavily toward Latin music. No offense, honestly, his work is influential, but the Super Bowl should first reflect America's general consensus. From what I see, the NFL seems more focused on chasing buzz and headlines while ignoring the kind of music most Americans actually enjoy. And let's be real, not everyone in this country understands Spanish. I seriously doubt next year's halftime show will pull in strong ratings. Secondly, the halftime show is supposed to represent a national spirit. The Super Bowl isn't just a concert, it's a celebration of American culture itself. I grew up in Boston watching legendary rock bands and soul singers light up the stage. That was something generations could connect to. But now, a lot of people don't even know who Bad Bunny is. Just because he's huge on streaming platforms doesn't mean he belongs on the biggest live stage in the country. To me, that feels a bit too casual, almost careless. Lastly, let me be clear, I don't dislike Bad Bunny. He's talented, he's bold, and he's definitely influential. But the Super Bowl stage should belong to artists who can make every American get on their feet and cheer. In recent years, the halftime show has started to feel more like an extension of social media than a true Hall of Fame for great performers. If the NFL only cares about attracting young or international audiences, then sooner or later, it's going to lose the hearts of the older generation. Do you agree with me?
He's not an American artist, but
he's Puerto Rican. That's part of America, dear.
Yeah.
Now, you guys just watched all those videos. You guys even saw how Megyn Kelly was so angered at the fact that Bad Bunny was speaking Spanish during his whole performance. Like, look how irate she gets. But, you know, they seem to always blame black people. They never come at these white. I mean, y'all, take a look at this. Even one of the Real Housewives of New York was fired because of her Bad Bunny comments. You guys even heard what Mark Wahlberg had to say about him. So all these whiteys that got something to say, I mean, they are absolutely irate. But some reason, they always blame the black people. Well, I'm going to tell you why they blame black people. I'm going to tell you absolutely the reason why they blame black people. So this is the reason why they blame black people. Now, this book right here is called Dogs of the Conquest. And in this book, it talks about how the conquistadors treated our people, the ancient Mayans. Now, in this book, it speaks about the conquistadors and how they colonized our ancient Atlanteans, aka the Mayans, how they colonized them with dogs. They used dogs to destroy our people. They used dogs to eat them. They did all type of heinous, disgusting things. Now, these conquistadors and Spaniards, they used these dogs on our people in the most heinous way that this book is so hard to read without bringing you to tears. Literally. I mean, it's just absolutely disgusting. I couldn't even get through the book. And I don't even want to say all of the horrible, inhumane, disgusting ways they use dogs on our people. But that's what that book is about. Now, who would be a conquistador today? Now, remember, you guys, I'm not going based on looks. I'm going based on spirit. Their spirit has these conquistadorian, I should say, ways about them. Now, who would I consider a conquistador, you say? Could it be? In my opinion, it would be Cardi B and Bad Bunny. Now, here's the cherry on top as to why I believe black people are responsible. And it goes to this book right here. Now, this book is called The Native Conquistador. Now, in this book, you guys, there is harrowing accounts of our people, the ancient Mayans, aka the Atlanteans. Okay, their recounts on when the conquistadors conquered their lands in Mexico. And in some of these passages, they talk about how that language, Spanish, was like the bane of their existence. You know, they talk about how that language, Spanish, they couldn't stand that language. Now, doesn't it make sense as to why a lot of our people have not learned Spanish? It's in our blood. It's a spiritual thing is what I'm saying, you guys. Black people did not care about Bad Bunny doing the Super Bowl or not. But the fact of the matter is we did not tune into his damn performance because we are agnostic to his conquistadorian ways. See, we think it's the fact that we don't understand Spanish. No, it's the fact that ancient times We hated that language because that was the same language that the conquistadors used to take over our people, use the dogs as weapons, completely devouring our people on our lands. Now let that sink in. So you tell me how you feel about that. See, the Most High is putting signs and wonders out there for us to look at and pay attention to. And this was one of them. In my opinion, the reason why Bad Bunny performed was the Most High was showing us that the conquistadors are going to get it as well. You see, Bad Bunny was a sign to tell us that those conquistadors are going to get their ass whooped as well. You see, that's why they blame black people. Oh, yeah, that's why they blame black people. Oh, yeah. You know what I say, black people? We're going to take all of that. Let's take all of that. Yeah, we take all that responsibility. Absolutely. Because guess what? This is Black History Month, and we will not forget what these people have done to our people. And the Most High has a record of it. He knows. So the fact of the matter is, their lame Super Bowl performance, speaking that conquistadorian language that binded our people, okay, and the fact that we didn't pay no mind to it because we hated it, we just forgot. But guess what? I'm here to remind y'all. Don't worry, it's Black History Month. I got y'all. Now, what I want you guys to do is go in that comment section and let me know your thoughts and opinions on the Super Bowl halftime show and all the hoopla that's behind it. Tell me your thoughts. I would love to read them. I can't wait to see them. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I will holler at you guys in the next video.